Sydney as a global city is facing a challenge of housing affordability. As we grapple with this challenge at this conference, it is important to examine what other cities have done to tackle the affordable housing issue. Affordable housing is an issue in many places. Let's look at New York, which is America's largest city with a population of about 8.5 million people. It is also home to some of the most expensive housing in the USA. The conference, with the help of the University of Sydney, sent a film crew over to New York last month to see what has been going on.
When Mayor DeBlasio took office, he announced which is a home that already exists. We're preserving the affordability for another 30 years or however long, either through a rehab or a refinancing or any number of tools that we have for convincing the owner to keep the property affordable over the long run.
It's partially about economic competitiveness. It's partially about making sure that we have housing that's affordable to a diversity of workers so that businesses are going to continue to want to come here and not have to pay exorbitant wages in order to allow workers to live here. And I think part of it is also about creating the diversity of housing stock that can support the sort of diversity of population that's essential to the vitality and of New York, whether it's sort of the culture, the arts, and so I think in the city, people embrace it. I think affordable housing was I think the number 2 issue when you polled people about why they voted for Mayor DeBlasio. Affordable housing, and it's across the spectrum, as I expect maybe this is happening in Australia as well.
Under our mandatory inclusionary, any time that we rezone or we change the land use in a way that enables significant new residential growth, we require that usually around 25 to 30% of the housing be affordable at a range of incomes, right? And the reason why I think mandatory is so important is that it really does say, no matter who your ultimate customer is, if they're out-of-town investors who only use the house for the weekend, whatever it is, they have to build affordable housing as part of that complex, right? And I think that sends a very important message.
The real estate industry was completely on board. There's been very little opposition. There's a discussion about what the rent levels, what the affordability levels should be. There was a discussion about what % of the housing could be required to be affordable. But I think the general sense is that the benefits and the costs were pretty well in balance. There's a lot of pressure on and interest in moving into the cities. Something 20, 30 years ago we never thought would happen in America, but cities are in. So when you're having that take place and you're getting new construction, people view inclusionary as a great tool.